Okay, so the recording has begun. This is day number 3. Day number 3, week 8 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here. Okay, so let's head up properly. So today is definitely Wednesday, so please head up with me. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of August, 2022. The subject is mathematics. That's what we're gonna be looking at first. The theme is mathematical concepts, and we're gonna begin section 1 with a discussion on mensuration, in particular area of a square. Excuse me. So section 1 is mensuration. In particular, we're looking at applying the area of a square formula. Okay, so anyone is familiar with the formula for area of a square? Anyone is familiar with that formula for finding the area of a square? No? Can y'all hear me?
Is it 9 times width?
9 times width. Yeah, we could say that. 9 times width. The same thing as area of a rectangle. The only thing about a square is that the length and the widths are equal. So if we have a square, say, so area of a square formula. So area of a square formula. So let me get a shape here. It's not really a square, but it could pass. Okay, so I said that's fine. Yeah. So given that we have a square that is of length s, right? So let's say that the length of one side of this square, let's say that the length of it is s. Okay, so let's say the length of this side is s. So given that we have a square that is of length s, then the area of a square is the following. And what is it? It is s times s. So area of a square is going to be equal to this length, which is s. But remember, what if this is of s length, because it's a square, what's going to be the length of this side, Sierra, because it's a square? If this is s, what's going to be the
That's
length? Sit.
S.
This is also s, okay? And this is also s, and this is also s, because it's a square, so all the sides are equal. So the area is going to be equal to length times width, which is s times s, which is s squared. S squared. So the area of a square is s squared, length times width. Okay, so just better than mine for our discussion today. Okay, so now that we know what's the area of a square, let's apply it to our actual question. So we're going to look at several questions where we're going to apply the definition, not definition, but we're going to apply the formula, excuse me, of the area of a square. So we know that it's length times width, s times s. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so let's look at, let's say for example, we're looking at, we're going to apply the area of a square to a notion, an example involving square tiles. See if we can find some good examples, some good pictures of square tiles. I mean like actual square tiles. Okay. Alright, just give me some pictures of tiles then, since y'all don't give me square tiles, you don't give me everything. Okay, good. That's pretty. Alright, so let's go ahead. Move right along. Okay, so this is example number 1. Okay, so with this example, you have the following question. So it says there that, let me increase the font. So say for example we have Mr. Wilson. So Mr. Wilson buys tiles for his living room, floor. Each tile is a square with sides 17 inches. So the first question says, by the way, this is question number 1. Well, yeah. So the first question says, this A, they want to say how to calculate the area of one tile. Okay, that's our job here. We calculate the area of one tile. Let me put this over or send this over. That's the first thing that they want us to do, to calculate the area of one tile. Maybe we can extend this some more and make this smaller. The second thing that they want us to do is, so let's first figure that out. Let's first calculate the area of that one tile and then answer the rest of the questions. So we know that if we're trying to find the area of this tile, we know that what is the shape of this tile based on the question, Deja?
Square.
Yeah, it's a square tile. Okay, so that means that we have to use the definition or the formula for the area of a square, which is area is going to be equal to s squared, okay, or whatever the length of that side is. Okay, so we know that the length of one side, okay, is equal to 17 inches, and so that means that the area of one tile is going to be equal to s squared. But what is s? S is what? What is s in this case?
17.
S is 17. So it's going to be 17 squared. And 17 squared is the same thing as what? 17 times 17. Oh, by the way, remember it's 17 inches, so let's not forget that. So it's 17 inches squared. And what that is that 17 times 17. So if we do 17 times 17, let's multiply that. We have 17 times 17, which is, we know 7 times 7 is 49. So we put the 9 down and the 4 above. And we have 7 times 1, which is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11, because that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 1, 1. And you put a 0 at the bottom. Next, we have 1 times 7, which is 7. And 1 times 1, which is 1. So if we add them, we have 9 plus 0, which is 9, 1 plus 7, which is 8, and 1 plus 1, which is 2. So this is 289. So 289. Anyone else got that answer when you multiplied 17 by 17?
I got that answer too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that's 17 times 17. But we are forgetting something. What are we forgetting?
Square. Inches.
Yeah, inches squared. So we have to do inches squared. All right, so that's also important. That's also an important part of the answer. Okay, so that's how you figure out the area of that one tile. So hopefully there's no questions with that. If there is, please let me know. If there's not, I will move on. So this is going to be equal to, so we keep that. Yes, ma'am.
Can you do one more example?
Yeah, I definitely gonna do another example for sure. But I'm just showing you for the first time. Okay. So for area of square, we multiply whatever the area, whatever the side is, right? Whatever the side is, we multiply it by itself. Okay, so let's move forward. So now the next question that they ask us is, they say, hey, they said, okay, he needs to cover, speaking of Mr. Wilson, right? He needs to cover an area of 63,580 inches squared. So the question is, how many tiles are needed? How many tiles are needed? Or how many tiles, sorry, does he need? That's the next question. And then, yeah, so let's look at that. So, we know that one tile is 289 inches squared. And we know that he needs to cover an area of 63,580 inches squared. So the question is, how many tiles does he need? So how are we gonna figure that out? To figure out how much tiles does he need? Anyone have any any suggestions? Tiles needed.
Will we divide?
Yes, mom, you would divide. Okay. So tiles needed is gonna be equals to, we're gonna say 63,580 inches squared. And we're gonna divide it by 289 inches squared. Okay. Now for this one, I want you to use your calculator to find the answer. Even though we will do it by hand, I want you to use a calculator for this one because the numbers are too big. So if you don't have a personal calculator, you could go online and just type in calculator or on your phone. And what you want to do is you want to divide. So we have 63. What was that number? 63,580. I'm going to divide it by what? 289, right? And what's the result that we get? Anyone did it? When you divide?
220.
Say it again.
220.
200 and I heard 200 and something.
I got that too.
220. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So the number of tiles that he needs is gonna be 220 tiles. Okay, as I promised, I did promise to do it by hand, so let's do it. So we have 289. How much times did that go into? 63,580. Now, 289, let's multiply that by 2. And it'll give us what? 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. And 2 plus 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So that's 578. So if we put a 2 here, we know that 289 multiplied by 2 is going to be 578. And of course, we subtract them. We know that 15 minus 8 is 7. And we know that, well, this becomes 2. Bring that over, this is 5. So now this becomes 12. 12 minus 7 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 5. So it's 5, 7. Bring down the 1. Bring down the 8 rather. And this is exactly 578, which we know 2 times 289 is 578. So we're going to put the 2 again. So 2 times 289 is again 578. And 578 minus 578, 8 minus 8 is 0. 7 minus 7 is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. Let me bring this down again. We get 0. 289 times what number gives me 0? That's a question. 289 times what number is 0?
0.
0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So the answer is 220. Okay, so that's how we deal with that question. All right, so you divide 63,580 by 289. Okay. With the next one I give you, use your calculator. Go ahead.
How do you get 280?
Say it again.
How do you get 289?
Remember, we got 289 from this. Remember, that's how much for one tile. Okay. So if you know how much for one tile, and you know you want to cover this whole space, which is 63,580. You want to cover that entire area. We already know how much does one tile take cover. So you need to figure out, you need to divide this big number by 289 because that is the amount that one tile takes up. All right. So that's where we get the 289 from. Okay. Okay, so question C from the same question. Let me erase something. So for that one, you're just gonna use a calculator and divide the two numbers. Okay, now the next question says, this is C. It says there are 12 tiles in each box, and only whole boxes can be purchased. The question is, how many, let me put this down. Squared. How many So the question is how many, let me capitalize this. How many boxes does Mr. Wilson need to buy? Okay, so that's the answer. That's the question for the third one. Let me bring this up some more. Okay, so yeah, so there are 12 tiles in each box, and only whole boxes can be purchased. How much boxes, or how many boxes does he need to buy? So number of boxes Okay, so Sierra, how would you tackle this? What would you do?
Have one. I mean, 220 divided by 12.
220 divided by 12. And if we do that, so we have 220 And if we divide that by 12, anyone divide it? Let's look at our calculator and see what we get. Anyone did it and got an answer? When you divide 220 by 12, anyone got a result? What is 220 divided by 12?
18.3.
18.33, right? So we got 18. Oh, sorry, I used 13. Sorry, 220 divided by 12. Please use your calculator for this. I mean, this is a simple one, so you don't really need to use a calculator, but just to go faster, you could use a calculator. And I want you to practice using that so you could get used to the keys. Is equals to what? 18.33. Okay, so this is going to be 18.33, and it's recurring, so we're going to put a bar over that to signify that it's recurring. Remember, they say this is 18.33. If we know 18.33 and recurring, 0.33 and recurring is actually 1/3. So it's actually 18 and a third boxes that he need. But they say that whole boxes, only whole boxes can be purchased. So we can't purchase 18.33 boxes, right? You can't go to the store and say, oh, I want 18.33 boxes, right? They'll be like, what you mean? You either have 18 or 19. You can't have 18.33. So hopefully y'all following me. Like you can't say, oh, I want 18.33 boxes, so I want 18 and a third boxes. They'll look at you like you crazy because they're like, we don't have that. We only have whole boxes. Okay? So how much boxes does he need to purchase?
18.
18. Okay, if he purchased 18, he'll have too little because remember, he really need 18.33. If he purchased 18, it'll be too little because he'll still have a little bit piece of area that he didn't cover.
So 19.
So we need 19 exactly, right? So the number of boxes that he need is going to be 19. So um so since only whole boxes can be purchased, since only whole boxes can be purchased, he must get 19 boxes. Because if he get 18 boxes, it'll be too little. All right. Okay, can we move from this? Can I move from the slide? Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, good. All right, so let's actually do an exercise on this. Let's change it. So exercise number 1. Area of square applied. So Mr. Roll buys tiles for his living room. Let's say for his let's change up for his dining room floor. Each tile is a square with sides 13 inches. They calculate the area of one tile and that's worth 2 points. B, he needs to cover an area of 37,856 inches squared. The question is how many tiles does he need? There are 11 tiles in each box and only whole boxes can be purchased. How many boxes Does Mr. Roll, right? So we call him need to buy. Okay, so let's not forget the tiles. All right, so you have 3 minutes to attack that, and then we can answer it together. And the time has begun. Oh, by the way, I didn't put the points for the second and the third one. The second one is for 2 marks. The third one is for 3 marks.
Excuse me.
Hello?
How much time do we have left?
1 minute and 36 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's time. All right, so I see Albanic hands up. What happened, Albanic?
Can I answer number 2?
Okay, sure, no problem. Jonathan. Jonathan. Are you there?
We went to the restaurant.
Okay, Kiara, can you answer number 1 for me, please? Or what did you get for number 1?
169 inches squared.
Very good. So for number 1, we know that we have the area of a square. That's going to be equal to s squared. We know that s is a side, and we know that the side that we're given is 13 inches. Okay, so it's going to be s squared, so that's 13 inches squared, all squared, so that's the same thing as 13 times 13. And we know that 13 times 13 is 169. And it's 169 inches squared. Okay, go ahead, Albernique, answer B for me, please.
Okay, so for number 2, I got 224 tiles, 224 tiles.
224 tiles, very good. So number of tiles needed. We're gonna take the total amount of tiles that we have, which is 37,856 inches squared. And we're gonna divide that by 169 inches squared. And that's gonna be equal to 37,856 divided by 169. That's definitely 224 tiles. Al 20, you had your hand up?
I wanted to answer number one.
Say it again.
I wanted to answer number one.
What did you get for number 1?
I,
I can't hear you.
I got 169.
Okay, that's excellent. That's good. That's correct. Okay, so next up is C. Dylan, can you help me with my bad, not Dylan, I'm sorry. Miss Johnson. Can you help me out with C? Miss Johnson, Taisha Johnson. Why did I put titles here? That's supposed to be tiles. Go ahead, Miss Johnson. I don't know. Miss Johnson, are you here?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
143.
143. That's the answer that you got.
Yes, sir.
For B? For C?
Yes, sir.
How did you get that? Look at it carefully.
I'm not sure. Can you explain it, please?
Sure, no problem. Okay, so if you look carefully, let me go to our previous one. Let's go to the previous one to show you. So in the previous one, there were 12 tiles in each box, right? And only whole boxes can be purchased. So we got 220 tiles the first time. That's how much he needed, right? So he needs 220 tiles. But the thing is, only 12 tiles could fit in each box, okay? And so they're trying to figure out how much boxes does he need? How much boxes does he need? Not how much tiles he need, but how much boxes does he need, okay? So to find that out, we divide 220 by 12, okay? And then we got 18.33. But they said whole boxes. So that means that he either could get 18 or 19. It's impossible for him to get 18.33, okay, number of boxes, because they don't set it like that. It's either 18 or 19 or 20 or 21 or 22. Like, it's whole boxes. So since we get 18.33, we had to say that he have to purchase 19 boxes. Because if he got 18 boxes, it'll be too little. So we need 19 boxes. Okay, so now with you. Let's go to this question. How are we gonna answer C now based on what I just showed you? Hello, Mr. Johnson, you wanna try it? Still, are you still don't understand?
Oh, I understand now.
Okay, so what's your answers? Okay, so what you answer? What's your answers? For C. What do you think we should do?
Would it be 3,441?
No, it's number's too high. Okay, look. How much tiles are in each box, Miss Johnson?
11?
11. Good. How much tiles does he need?
13.
No, 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 no. He needs 224 tiles. We got that from B. We just got that from B. He needs 224 tiles, right? Good. So
Yes, sir.
that's how much tiles he needs, right? But 11 comes in each box. So how much boxes does he need? That's the question.
About 20?
20? Okay. All right. So if we do number of boxes. How did you get 20?
224 divided by 11.
Okay, good. Now, when you get 200, when you do 224 divided by 11, you didn't get straight 20. What you got? 20 point what? When you divide it by 11, you got what?
20.36.
Good. You got 20.36, right? Now, 20.36, remember, they don't sell it. They can't go there and say, oh, I want 20.36 tiles. They don't sell it like that. They sell it like whole boxes. You understand? So he can't get 20.36. Okay? He had to get 20 or 21. So how much should he get?
20.
Okay, if he gets 20, remember, this 0.36 means that he still would have some stuff remaining. Okay? So
Yes, sir.
so that means that all the space won't be covered if he get 20. How much does he need to ensure that every space is covered? Because he only could get 20 or 21. So how much should he get to ensure that he covers all the area? What do you think? Okay, let me help you with that. He needs to get 21 boxes. Okay, because if he gets 20 boxes, it'll be too little. Okay, so he needs to get 21 boxes. All right, so be careful with that. Remember, you divide it by 11, yes, but that's 20.36. That means that he still have some. That means that he still have. If it's 20.36, that means that he needs 20 boxes plus a little bit more. Okay, so he can't get 20 boxes. Sorry, he can't get 20.36 boxes. He either get 20 or 21. If he gets 20, it'll be too little. So he needs to get 21. So the answer here is since he can only purchase whole boxes, excuse me, since he can only purchase whole boxes, he should buy he should buy 21 boxes. Is that clear, Miss Johnson? Or you need me to explain it again?
Oh, sir, I got it.
Okay. So that's area of square. Area of square applied. Anyone got all three right? All three correct.
I got all three right.
Okay, that's good. Anyone else got all three?
I did.
Okay, that's good. All right. Excuse me. Let's move on. Okay, so let's look at this question. So we're going to move on to section 2 right about now. Design. Let's change this to this. So section 2 is going to be fractions and percentages. Word problems. So fractions and percentages, word problems. So let's look at this particular word problem. This one involving hockey. Anyone ever played hockey before, or ever seen anyone playing hockey before, or at least know
What?
what a hockey is?
I see someone play hockey before.
Okay, all right. Well, I've never played hockey before. It looked fun, you know, and dangerous at the same time.
A bit painful.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, we don't have the privilege of ice here, um, but it seems fun. Someone playing hockey there. So we're gonna, well, that's ice hockey. Then they have um hockey with just the actual gym, say. All right. All right. So we're gonna do a word problem involving hockey. Let's put this on the side here. I don't expect you to draw that, you know, so you don't have to go ahead and draw it just there for a picture, because that'll be an interesting drawing, unless you're a really good artist or something like that. All right, good. Okay, so let's consider this. So you know that we can, um, you know that there's a relationship between fractions and percentages. All right, so that's something to bear in mind. So let's say that we're considering this gentleman called Brian, right? Let's say that Brian has a collection of 180 hockey cards. And let's say that from that 180 hockey cards, there are 78 cards from the Red Wing team. Let's say that also from this 180 cards, 35% of it are of the Blue Jay team, and let's say that 2/9 are of the Falcon team. So let's say that that's the that's the question, and or that's the situation that we have. The first thing that we want to do is we want to figure out or calculate the fraction of red wing cards Now we have to make sure that it's in lowest terms, okay? And so that's 2 points. The next thing we want to do is we want to figure out the number of blue jay cards that's also worth 2 points. And the last thing we want to do is we want to figure out the number of falcon cards. Okay. So again, we have Brian. Brian has 180 cards. Okay. 78 of these cards are from the Red Wing team, right? 35% are from the Blue Jay team, and 2/9 are from the Falcon team. So the first thing that they want us to do is to figure out, hey, what's the fraction of Red Wing cards that he has? Okay, what's that fraction? So Sierra, walk me through how I'll get that answer for A.
Okay, so it'll be a red ring, 78 cards. So 180 times 78 over 100.
No, we just want the fraction of Red Wing cards. So,
Oh, 78 over 180.
very good. So there's 78 Red Wing cards. Okay, there's 78 Red Wing cards, and there's a total of what? 180 hockey cards. So just 78 over 180 is your answer. But we need to put it in lowest terms. Okay, so Deja, how would we put it in lowest terms? What number can we use?
I divided by 3.
By 3?
Yes, sir.
You still get 2.
Yeah.
How about 6? Maybe 6. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
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 So let's use 6. 78 divided by 6. All right. 180 divided by 6. So this is going to be equal to, well, we know that 6 goes into 78. Let me let's do it on this side. 6 goes into 78. Well, 6 into 7 goes once. 6 times 1 is 6. So that's 6 minus 7, which is, sorry, 7 minus 6, which is 1. Bring down the 8. And so we have 6 times 3 is 18. So that is 18 minus 18, which is 0. So the answer is 13 for the top, all over. Now, what is 180 divided by 6? So we have 6 divided by 180. What is that? That's going to be 6 times what? 3 gives me 18. And 18 minus 18 is 0. 0. Bring down the 0. And so we have 6 times 0, which is 0. We subtract, that's 0. So the answer here is 30. So it's 13 over 30. Okay, so that's how we do it. We take the number of cards from the Red Wing team, and we divide it by the number of the total number of hockey cards. Okay, so that's how we figure out the fraction of Red Wing cards in lowest terms. Now let's do B. Okay, Deja, walk me through how we're gonna do B. We want to figure out the number of Blue Jay cards.
Pardon?
B, the number of Blue Jay cards. How are we gonna do that?
So we'll find 35% of 180.
Very good. Because if you look carefully,
So,
one moment. If you look carefully, that's 35% of, sorry, 35% are Blue Jays. So because I say 35%, we have to use that. And 35% of what? Of 180. Okay. So it'll be 35. Go ahead, help me out.
35 over 100 times 180.
Very good. 35 over 100 times 180.
And then I just cancel the 0 from off the 100, cancel the 0 from the 180 to make it easier for me. And it'll be 35 times 18. This will be 630, and then divided by 10. And that'll be 63.
Okay, so you cancel. So we have, we could do that. This 0 cancel out with that 0, right? And so it's going to be equal to 35 times 18. 35 times 18. What is 35 times 18? Go on our calculator and figure that out.
630.
So 35 times 18. That's what? 630. Okay. So this is going to be 35 times 18 into 630. So that's 630 divided by 10, which is, well, we could cross out these two zeros, and that leaves us with 63. And so the number of Blue Jay cards is going to be 63. So 63 is for B, and then 13 over 30 is for A.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
How we get the one there?
You mean 180 over 1?
No, like the one that.
What
Yeah.
one? You mean now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I want to put any number, excuse me, if I want to write any number as a fraction, I just put it over 1. So 6, if I want to write that as a fraction, I'll put it 6 over 1. 7, if I want to write it as a fraction, is 7 over 1. 8, if I want to write it as a fraction, is 8 over 1, because 8 over 1 is the same thing as 8. 9 over 1 is the same thing as 9. 10 over 1 is the same thing as 10. So if you have any number and you want to write it as a fraction, you put it over 1. So that's why we put 180 over 1. Okay?
Okay, I get it now.
All right. I'm just going to do A and B. Don't worry about C for now because I think that'll be too much. If you know how to do C, you could do it on your own, but I'm not going to do C because, yeah, I don't want to complicate things. So let's not do Falcon. We can do Falcon. Yeah, let's not do Falcon because, yeah, it could. I think there's already too much to absorb in one go. So don't worry about Falcon cards. It's going to focus on the fraction of Red Wing and the fraction of Blue Jay. So the first thing we have to do with these ones is we need to, for the first one, to find the fraction, we have to what? Put whatever we have on top, whatever we have on, whatever we have for Red Wings, put that on top and put whatever we have in total at the bottom. And then find a number that can go into both of them without leaving a remainder. Okay, so in our case it was 6. So if we divide both top and bottom by 6, we get 13 over 30. That's how we do the first one. And then the second one, well, we are dealing with, we need to figure out how much number of Blue Jay cards. Okay, and all we need to do is do 35% of 180. Okay, and that's how we get that particular answer. All right. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, this is an example 2. Still under the heading of fractions and percentage word problems. This time, instead of um, instead of um, um, instead of hockey, instead of hockey cards, we're gonna be looking at basketball cards. So I'm gonna put a picture of the 3-point champion. For those who don't know, that's Stephen Curry, 3-point champion. Hate him or love him, so that's the 3-point king. Right,
Who?
Miss Steph Curry. Steph Curry. You familiar with Stephen Curry? Or you don't know? Ever heard the name before?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Okay, yeah. 3-point. He holds the 3-point record right now. The most 3-points scored ever in NBA history. 3,000 something. Okay. So he has basketball cards this time. And let's see. we're dealing with, let's call them this time, ethane. So ethane, okay, someone's hand is up. Okay, am I still sharing? Okay, good. Alpinic, your hand is raised or no? Okay, so ethane has a collection of 180 basketball cards. There are 72 cards of the Lakers team. 45% are of the Warriors team, and 2/9. Let's insert. Let me move this over. And 2/9 are of the Celtics team. Question A. Sorry, calculate rather. Calculate A the fraction of Lakers cards. B the number of Warriors cards. So just those two questions. All right. I'll give you 3 minutes to tackle that. And the timer has begun. Hello? Hello?
Hey,
Yes, ma'am. You coming to class today or you're not able to make it?
no, I'm not able to work yet. I'm at work.
Ah, okay. All right then. Well, I guess see you tomorrow then.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. All right, take care.
Hello.
Hey, you have about 30 minutes, 30 seconds left. All right, that's time. All right, so Kiara Linton, um, can you tell me how to do a Kiara Linton, are you there? All right, I'm not here. Go ahead, Jonathan. I can't hear you, Jonathan. I can't hear you. I'm not able to hear you. Um, I still can't hear you. Jasmine, are you there? Jasmine Low. Jasmine, are you there? Okay, I'm not able to hear from Jasmine. Miss Johnson, are you there? Taisha Johnson.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Can you help me? Can you help me with number with A? How do you do number A? How do you do A? Sorry, the fraction
Would
of
it be 72 over 100?
100. Why over 100?
72 over 180, sorry.
Yeah, very good. So 72. Jasmine, are you there? $72 over 180. Okay, good. Now, what number we could use to bring it to lowest terms, Miss Johnson? What number could go into 72 and 180? Okay, I'm not able to hear from Miss Johnson. Deshawn, are you there? Deshawn Adderley.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, what number could go into 72 and 80 and 180?
I'm gonna have to calculate now because I just finished writing. But
Okay, trying to figure it out now. Okay, Miss Johnson, Taisha Johnson.
is it two?
Mm. Two could work, but you'll have to continue doing it again. Miss Johnson, can you answer?
I can help it.
Yes, go ahead, Albany.
6.
6, very good. So if we divide 72 by 6, and if we divide 180 by 6, we get, this is equal to, Sierra, what is 72 divided by 6?
12.
12. Very good.
Over 30.
And what is 180 divided by 6?
30.
30. So this is 12 over 30. But we still could go lower. We still could go lower.
Divided by 6 again. 3.
Divided by 6. 6 is better. 3 could work, Jasmine, but 6 is better. So look. Yeah. Yeah. So it looked like we should divide by 36 from the break. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. So the answer is 2 over 5. Okay, good. Now B. Okay, Deja, can you help me out with B? How are we gonna do that?
So we're gonna find 45% of 180,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna put 45 over 100 times about 180.
Very good. So it's 45 over 100 because that's 45%, right? 45% are of the Warriors team. So that's 45% multiplied by 180 because that's what we got right now. That's what it's all. That's how much basketball cards that we have. All over 1. Okay. So, Jasmine, what can we cancel out?
0 at the bottom, 0 at the top.
Very good. The 0 at the bottom and the 0 at the top. Good. Miss Johnson, Taisha Johnson, what is... Oh, I think she's not there anymore. No. Linton. Jonathan Linton, can you hear me? I can't hear you though. Kiara Linton, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What is 45 times 18?
810.
810, very good. So it's going to be 810. And we do 10 times 1, which is 10. Deshaun, how can we simplify this? Deshaun Adderley, how can we simplify this?
You divide 810 by 10
Mm-hmm. And what will be the
and get
result?
81.
Get 81, very good. So these two cancel out, which gives us 81. Okay, so that's how we would do that. So the answer for the first one is 2 over 5, and the answer for the other one is 81. All right, so let's continue. All right. Okay, so hopefully you all understand it. Do I need to do another example of this, or you all understand what's going on with this?
Another example.
Another example. Okay, no problem. All right, so let's do another one. All right, so this is going to be, there we go. So this is going to be exercise number 2. I think, what did we do first of all? Okay. So, okay. So we still on that. Okay. All right. So let's do exercise number 1. No, I do not like that color. Let me add this to the beginning. Let's use this. Okay. So exercise number 1. So exercise number 2. Number 2, and this is we're looking at fractions and percentages applied. All right, so let's look at another example concerning what we've already done. See if we could get the hang of it. And this time, instead of basketball and hockey, we're gonna do soccer. Anyone know any famous people in soccer?
Mario.
Who? No one knows any famous person in soccer?
What is his name? Ronaldo?
Yeah, that's the only one I know. Well, not the only one, but I know Ronaldo and Messi. You know, I know those two at least. Okay. Yeah, Ronaldo. Okay, so yeah, Ronaldo. All right. The G-O-A.
Messi.
Yeah, Messi. I know. I heard about Messi before as well. Argentina. All right, good. So, good. Let's put it on the side. All right, so let's say, for example, it's Jonathan has a collection of 180 soccer cards. There are 66 cards of the Brazil team .25% are of the Argentina team and insert design and to say 2 over 9 are of, oh man, are of the Italian team. So question A, it says, oh, by the way, we have to calculate the fraction of Brazil cards, B, the number of Argentina cards. Alright, so quickly do those two questions and give you 3 minutes to tackle that. Oopsies. So we're dealing with soccer this time. So we already looked at hockey, we already looked at basketball, and now we're looking at soccer. Basically the same question. So we have 180 soccer cards. We know that 25% of them is Argentina, and we know that 66 of them are from the Brazil team, and they said that 2 over 9 of them are from the Italian team. So the question is, how are we going to figure out what fraction represents the team for Brazil, and how much the number, like how much cards are from Argentina? We're going to follow the same principles that we did for the last two questions, and hopefully you remember them. Your time is still moving, so once the timer has expired, we can go into doing them questions individually, and hopefully you can remember the procedures that we did for the last two. So continue working. Hopefully you can get all two of them right based on what we just explained. All right, that's time. All right, Jasmine, since you wanted us to go over it, what you get for A?
I still trying to see what it could go into. I still counting. What?
You're still trying to figure out what it could go into?
Guess so.
But okay, give me the fraction before you simplify it then.
66 over 180.
Very good. 66 over 180. All right. Albanic, I see you raise your hand. What number can 66 and 180 go into? I mean, what number could go into both of them?
6.
Yeah, 6. So, Jasmine, if you go ahead, Kiara Linton, go ahead. What your question is?
Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
11 over 30.
Very good. 66 divided by 6 is 11. All right. Did you get that, Jasmine? Or you understand how we got that? 66 divided by...
I understand.
Okay, good. And then 180 divided by 6 is what? That's 30. All right. So the answer is 11 over 30. Okay, great. Now we have B. All right. Sierra, can you walk me through the answer for B?
Okay. 25 over 100 times 180 over 1.
Very good. 25 over 100 times 180 over 1. Okay, good. And so, Dylan, what do we cancel out? Dylan, are you there?
There's nothing to cancel out.
How about the zeros?
Oh yes, that.
So which zeros are we gonna cancel out?
So the 2 zeros.
How about this
2
one?
zeros on the wall. Pardon?
How about this one with that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, Jonathan, are you here?
He's here, but his mic isn't working.
Okay. All right. What is 25 times 18, Jasmine?
450.
450, very good. And Deja, what do we do with 450 divided by 10? Deja,
Pardon?
what do we do with 450 divided by 10?
Cancel zeros. You
Cancel
just have
this.
45.
Okay, good. So we cancel out the zeros. You talk so fast, man. I have to listen so closely for me to hear what you're saying. All right, so the answer is 45. So the number
I
of...
get it.
You understand? Okay, good. So the number of Argentina cards is 45, and the fraction of Brazil cards is 11 over 30. Okay. All right, so we managed to get through 2 sections today. That's look like that's the number that you usually is get through 2 sections. Yesterday we did sets, and I know for sure we did sets. Can't remember the other one that we did. Sets and evaluating or fine. Today
The verb is certain. Ask his hand. Oh, what you added.
Some do Islam.
Sam is the subject. Learn is the verb.
Muslim place of worship. Islam, Islamic place of worship. Pardon? Pardon? That means pardon, my bad. Pardon, what do you say? It is?
Yes, sir. Did you receive any notes today from our mother? Okay.
I have a question. Did you see mine? I emailed it to you yesterday. Okay.
Bye.